What's going on, guys? It's Suk and I am back with a brand new video on Super Duper Tech. And in today's video, I'll be bringing you my full and in-depth review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. If you guys are interested in seeing videos where I compare the Note 8 to Google's new flagship, the Pixel 2, along with Apple's up-and-coming iPhone 10, then hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to the side of it to be notified when I upload and release those videos. But without any further ado, let's hit the titles. The first thing that I do want to get into talking about is the overall design and the materials used to build the Note 8. Like we've seen from previous Samsung flagships, the Note 8 is no different in that in terms of construction materials, it's made using glass and metal. On the front of the device, you will find a 6.3-inch edge-to-edge infinity display with a resolution of 1440 by 2960. This also gives the Note 8 a pixel density of 521 pixels per inch. On the left side, you will find the volume up and down buttons, along with a dedicated button for Samsung's voice assistant Bixby. On the back, you'll find the dual 12 megapixel cameras, where one camera is a wide angle camera and the other is a telephoto. There's also a flash unit along with the fingerprint scanner. On the right side, you'll find the power and lock switch, and towards the top, you'll find a microphone and a dual purpose nano SIM and micro SD card slot. Also at the bottom, you'll find the 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, a USB-C port, your speaker grill, along with the S Pen. Just like we had with the S8, the fingerprint scanner placement is also on the rear of the Note 8. However, I myself would have much preferred its placement to be in the center. However, I found that given time, you'll be holding the smartphone in a way that your index finger will naturally fit over the fingerprint scanner. Also, the Note 8 is IP68 water and dust resistant, which means the Note 8 can resist being submerged under 1.5 meters of water for 30 minutes. So let's get into talking about the beautifully crisp 6.3-inch Super AMOLED Infinity display, which has a total resolution of 1440 by 2960, giving it a pixel density of 521 ppi. And that edge-to-edge infinity display takes up over 63% of the entire face of the device, which is actually one of the highest seen in any smartphone for 2017, meaning you will feel a lot more immersed in your content. The display is also HDR compliant, which means that the colors are very accurate and you do get some lovely deep blacks. This also means that you can view HDR content from providers such as Netflix and YouTube on your smartphone. HDR or high dynamic range also means that the display can get very bright. For example, here you can see the display brightness difference between the iPhone 8 Plus and the Note 8. And if you're wondering how bright the display exactly got, at full brightness, I was getting on average around 600 lux, which is almost 2 times as bright as the display on the new iPhone 8 Plus. Another neat feature of Android smartphones is the ability to launch and open applications side by side, and with the Note 8, using Apps Edge and App Pair, you're able to launch a pair of applications with one tap. So whether you're checking out your favorite social media sites or going to watch a video on YouTube whilst also browsing the web, you're able to do so with a single tap. As this is a Note product, it comes with the S Pen, which brings a whole new set of features and functions to the device, which I've not seen in other smartphones before. For example, using the S Pen, you're able to write notes directly to the display without lighting it up, and then you're able to pin these to your lock screen to remind you to do something or pick something up before the end of the day. But that's not where these features stop. For example, you're also able to take screenshots and annotate them, translate text, both single words or full paragraphs, and then share them using Google Translate. You can also create live messages, much like Apple's Digital Touch, which allows you to draw your own emojis and make animated GIFs and even a handwritten message. But it really does show how a simple stylus can really open up a smartphone and bring new features and functions to something that's already packed to the brim with them. Another feature of Samsung flagship devices for 2017 is the Bixby voice assistant, which while it's good at being able to handle most tasks, I find that it lacks being contextually aware of other things that were said before, and that it needs some more work being fine-tuned. But by all means, most tasks that you will want a voice assistant to complete, Bixby will be able to handle, and it also has features and functions that we don't see in other devices from other manufacturers. Take for example the Bixby voice assistant on the Note 8 versus Siri on the iPhone 8 Plus. Who is the President of the United States?
It's Donald Trump. The President of the United States of America is Donald Trump.
Who is his wife?
Donald Trump's wife is Melania Trump. He married his wife as a 1940 film about a race horse owner, Joel McRae, who wants his ex-wife, Nancy Kelly, to be remarried, so he'll no longer have to pay alimony.
The particular Note 8 model that I had was the international variant, which means that it comes with Samsung's Exynos processor and not the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. Here, I do have the Exynos 8895 octa-core processor, which has 4 of its cores clocked at 2.3 GHz and the other 4 at 1.7. It also comes with 6 GB of RAM. And with statistics and specifications like that, of course the Note 8 is actually one of the most powerful Android phones currently available. And if you would like to see the results when benchmarking the Note 8, then you can click the card in the top right corner, or you can find links down below in the description section to go and check out a video that I've already uploaded where I run a number of different benchmarking tests on the Note 8. And with all that power, the battery life on the Note 8 is actually much more comparable to the S8, in that when it comes to the end of the day, I finished off with about 15% battery life still remaining in the smartphone. And as I'm sure you're aware, the Note 8 does feature wireless charging along with fast charging, so that within 30 minutes of charging up the Note 8, you're able to take it from 0% all the way up to 40%. And unlike the new iPhones, this fast charging wall adapter is included in the box. On the back of the Note 8, you will find the dual lens camera system, which allows one camera to be used for wider angle shots and the secondary to be used as a telephoto camera, offering 2x optical zoom. I've already uploaded a video in which I review the camera system on the Note 8 along with a comparison video comparing it to the camera system on the iPhone 8 Plus. So if you do want to check those videos out, then you can click the card in the top right corner, or alternatively links can be found down below in the description. But to keep things short, the cameras found on the Note 8 are nothing less than spectacular. It can take amazing images in low light with high dynamic range. The colours look vibrant, and out of all the smartphones that I've tested so far, the Note 8 has performed the best when zooming in on distant objects. When using that secondary telephoto camera to zoom in whilst recording 4K footage, I often find that the footage turns out very smooth because it's of course optically stabilized. I was also quite impressed by the audio quality, as it was able to pick out some small details. And finally, from earlier you will have noticed that the Note 8 uses one single down-firing speaker. And to be honest, I'm not too much of a fan of this because I often found that I'd have my hand in a position that would compromise the audio quality, and the audio would either sound muffled or very dim. And I would have much preferred it if Samsung had did something that Apple or Google have done with the Pixel and the iPhone, in turning the earpiece into a secondary speaker. Now here is a quick look at the audio coming from the Note 8 versus the iPhone 8 Plus. So there's no doubting it that the Note 8 is a spectacular smartphone. And as I've said earlier, this is one of the most powerful Android smartphones that you can currently purchase. It's got one of the best smartphone cameras that you can get on any smartphone as of right now. And it's packed to the brim with features and functions that you won't find on any other smartphone. It may also be perhaps the best designed and well built smartphone of 2017. It's got an IP68 water and dust resistance rating, which unless you break the back glass or the display, I think you'll have a hard time destroying this smartphone. So with that said, at $930 in the United States or around £870 here in the United Kingdom, who would I recommend this smartphone for? Now in my eyes, I really do believe that this smartphone is more oriented for people who travel, i.e. businessmen and people that need to take notes really fast. Now of course there are a number of different ways that you can interact using the S Pen, but for that £100 premium over the S8 Plus, that £100 really does go simply towards the S Pen and that extra telephoto camera. Because if you are a businessman and you are traveling abroad and you need to quickly translate something and show it to someone, you've got the S Pen there ready and waiting, and if you do want to take some lovely photos while you are abroad, then you can also use the telephoto camera to zoom in on distant subjects. Now I'm not trying to tell you guys how to spend your money, but for that extra £100 premium, you're getting a slightly smaller battery, the additional telephoto camera for of course the zoom functionality, a bigger display, the S Pen, along with 2 extra gigabytes of RAM. And for £100 or dollars, you are still getting quite a bit more than you would with the S8 Plus. Now if you don't see yourself using these features that much, then you might want to opt for the S8 Plus or even the S8. But trust me, if you get either the Note 8 or the S8 or the S8 Plus, either way, you won't be making a bad choice buying it. So then guys, that has been it for today's video. I do hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, then be sure to hit that like button, and if you are new around here, then why not subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when I upload my next video. If you've got any questions with what you've seen in this video, then be sure to leave them down below in the comment section, or alternatively you can hit me up on my social media. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.